The next unit we're going to cover is working with graphics in Visual Basic. Visual Basic makes it pretty nice in that we can work with getting objects to move on the screen with relative ease. So here are just a few quick reminders from the overview that one, this very top corner of the form, or any form that we work with, is 0, 0 as far as the coordinates go. As we move left to right, it'll change the x coordinate. As we move up and down, it'll change the y coordinate. And we can show that by adding two labels that will change the x and the y. Actually, I'll just get it to show up in one label. So we'll do that. To get an image in here to move, I need to place it inside a picture box. I also need to import the image into resources, which I've already done. I drew Guy. There is Guy. Say hi, Guy. Hi, Guy. Okay. Now, with the picture box, we're going to drag in the picture box. I would say so that we have full control over the size of our image, that we make it come in the background image. So I'm going to go here to background image, select Guy. There's Guy. Because then we could change the background image layout to stretch, meaning it fits guaranteed, no matter how big or small we want to make Guy. Okay, there's Guy. All that's left is to code it. We got Guy, now we're going to get him to move left and right, up and down on the screen. For this, right now, when you get over to your form, you'll have to double click anywhere and then clear out the space completely except for your public class and your end class. That's what we need to do. And the first thing we need to do is use the drop menus above to build the proper form event. So, I'm going to use the drop arrow here above to build the proper form event. So I'm going to go here, select form events for this form. Yours will probably say form 1. And then we get to look at all the different options we can do with the form. And in this instance, we want to use the key down events. The key down events. So it brings those in, and we can use them. This controls that when we press down a key, it will be controlled by the letter E, which stands for events, and then we're able to work with it. And this letter E for events is universal throughout all programming languages that I've seen. Now we just need to get this picture box to move. So I'm first going to make it move to the right, then I'm going to make it move to the left, then up and down. Visual Basic uses only two key commands. It uses left and it uses top. The smaller your number, the closer to the left and top you are. So left will represent x coordinate and top will represent your y coordinate. So let's take a look at how this works. We need an if statement to see which key we're holding down. So to move to the right, and we're going to do it by 5 pixels just to show you. If we're going to call to the event dot key code equals keys dot right. Now take a look at this list. We have all the different key options that we have. This is Visual Basic's short way of making it simple for us. So we're going to choose key.right. Then we're going to move the picture box. Picture box 1 dot left, because it's moving either left or right, and left controls that. Since we're moving to the right, or we're increasing our x, plus equals 5. And then just down here, we're just going to print the coordinates. So label1.text equals, and just make it look literal like it does in your math class, and picture box 1 dot, is there a coordinate thing? I wonder if I can change the location. Yeah. Want me to do that? Hold on 1 second. I know I've done this before. Just make it real simple for us. Sorry about that. To bring back the line, we just used those same commands. Picturebox1.left and picturebox1.top just to get the coordinates. So, I'm going to show you. Remember, we're moving it to the right here. I'm going to show you what this looks like. So when I press the right arrow key, you see the coordinates increasing by 5. You have to take my word for it that I'm hitting the right arrow key. Very cool. Okay, let's do it for the other 4 keys. To move to the left 5 pixels, what 2 things would we change from the right? If you said if e.keycode equals keys.left, then picturebox1.left minus equals 5, which is the thing you would change, then you are correct. So let's go run it. Right now I'm hitting my right arrow key. I stop. I hit my left arrow key, and there he goes. Dun 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 dun. Where are you going? I'm back. Okay. Now, what would you change for the top? To move up 5 pixels, would we use the plus or negative? Okay, remember, the smaller, the closer you are to 0, 0. So we're going to use the negative, or subtract, from the position to make the picture box move up. And this command is top. So now we're going to have our picture box move up. Oop, guess I got to hit start. So, moves right, moves left, moves on up. So we can get pretty close to 0, 0. We won't get exact because of how I'm only moving in 5s, but pretty close. Notice how, and I'll show you this, and I can't move down just yet, but notice how when the picture is up in the corner, it's also working, as far as the coordinates go, based off the top left corner. Very key component. And then finally, to move down 5 pixels, and the only thing that would change how quick or slow it moves is the number of pixels that we move it. Equals keys.down, then picture box 1.top plus equals 5. So now we have the ability to move in all 4 basic directions using all the different arrow keys. And now he's dancing. Look at that. Whee! That's the basics behind getting an object to move on the screen.